There's a special kind of burn that comes from being played by someone you trusted, especially when they use your own dream against you. For me, that dream smelled like sawdust and wood stain. I was working a dead-end warehouse job, stacking boxes 40 hours a week just to fund my real passion building custom furniture in my garage. Every spare dollar went into my craft, but there was one tool I coveted more than anything, a high-end Japanese dovetail saw. It was a piece of art perfectly balanced with teeth that could slice through oak like it was butter. It was also wildly expensive, a luxury I couldn't justify. That's where Marcus came in. He was a supervisor at the warehouse, a fast-talking guy with a smile that could sell sand in a desert. He took an interest in my woodworking, always asking to see pictures of my latest projects. He made me feel seen. So when he pulled me aside one day and told me his brother-in-law managed a specialty tool import company, my ears perked up. He said he could get me that exact saw, my holy grail, for less than half the retail price. He just needed the cash up front to avoid any paperwork. It felt a little off, but he was my supervisor, my friend, I thought. So like a fool, I went to the bank, pulled out $700 that should have gone to rent, and handed him a thick envelope of cash, my heart pounding with excitement. The next few weeks were torture in the best way. I got a huge commission, a full dining set, and I kept imagining how that perfect saw would feel in my hand, how clean the joints would be. I told the client I could have it done in a month, banking on the new tool to speed things up. But every time I asked Marcus about it, he had a new excuse. First, it was a customs delay. Then his brother-in-law was on vacation. His answers got shorter, his smile a little tighter. The dining set deadline loomed, and I was stuck using my old, warped saw, fighting the wood every step of the way, my hands cramping and my frustration boiling over. The day I finished the project, 2 weeks late and with joints I wasn't proud of, I went into the warehouse to tell Marcus he could just give me my money back. But his office was empty. The plant manager told me Marcus had quit the week before, no notice, just gone. He stopped answering my calls, my texts went unread, and the $700 along with my trust had vanished into thin air. I had to buy the saw at full price on a credit card, digging myself into an even deeper hole, the sting of betrayal far sharper than any splinter. Months went by. My little business was barely staying afloat, but I was making it work. Then one night I was scrolling through a local marketplace app looking for cheap lumber and I froze. There it was, my saw. Not one like it, the exact one, identifiable by a tiny, unique burn mark on the hickory handle. I'd only seen in the detailed online photos I drooled over. The seller's profile was generic, the picture a blurry sunset, but the listing included a phone number for inquiries. I typed the number into my phone and my blood ran cold. The contact photo that popped up was Marcus, grinning his stupid, predatory grin. In that moment, I didn't want my money back. I wanted to reclaim the piece of my dream he had stolen and used as leverage. I wanted him to feel just a fraction of the helpless frustration I had felt. My revenge would not be loud, it would be a quiet, thousand-cut annoyance. Using his number, I signed him up for a consultation with every high-pressure solar panel company in the state. I requested information from every "we buy ugly houses for cash" investor. I submitted his number to get free quotes on junk car removal, Scientology introductory courses, and timeshare presentations in a city 3 hours away. Then, using a burner number, I posed as an eager buyer for the saw. I arranged to meet him in a Home Depot parking lot 45 minutes from his side of town. I never showed. He texted me angry, and I replied an hour later claiming I got stuck in traffic and asking to meet the next day on the other side of the city. He agreed, desperate to make the sale. Again, I was a no-show. I did this 5 more times, sending him on wild goose chases all over the county, wasting his gas and his time. Finally, I saw his listing get updated with a new line in all caps: serious buyers only. Will not respond to spam. I smiled. The saw was eventually taken down unsold. I felt a quiet sense of victory, like I'd finally sanded down a rough edge that had been snagging my peace of mind. But the spam calls and the fake meetings were just the appetizer. You see, in one of the photos Marcus posted of the saw, I could see a sliver of a company logo on the polo shirt he was wearing. A little online digging confirmed he was working sales at a high-end auto dealership now. The real revenge was the anonymous email I sent to his new boss. It was short and professional. It simply suggested they run a background check on their new hire, Marcus, and that they should start by looking into the history of the phone number I provided, as it had a habit of being involved in scams and theft by deception. I never heard what happened, and I never cared to look. I just know that a dream is too precious a thing to let a thief keep, and sometimes the quietest cut is the one that goes the deepest.